unthinkable for the backroom staff of Anfield to discuss football in any other place than the boot room. You know, they thought it inspired them when they were in there. I'm not sure, I'm never sure about the boot room. A lot of the myths we have at the football club I generally believe in. The boot room, I'm not sure they couldn't have done what they did in the boot room elsewhere. But as a player, when you were here at Anfield, there was two things you'd never dream of doing. You'd never go through the front door. That was unacceptable. As a player, we had our players' entrance at the back, and you'd never go in the boot room unless you were invited. Because the boot room was for the backroom staff and our boots, and it generally was where our match boots were kept. Not our training boots, but our match boots. And I'd been here for nearly 3 years before I was in the boot room for the first time. I was going away to play for Denmark and I needed my boots, and I just knocked on the door and Roy Evans opened the door and he said, "What do you want?" I said, "Well, I need my boots." He said, "Well, come on in." I said, "Is it okay?" He said, "Yeah, yeah." Walk in and there's absolutely nothing in there. There's your boots and loads of pictures of naked women. That was about as far as it went. But also on match days, when Liverpool would play home games, they'd invite the manager of the other team into the boot room. And you can imagine the excitement of the manager. "I'm now going in the boot room. I can't wait for all the things they're going to tell me." But they never told them anything. What they did instead was they milked the manager for all the information that he had. How do you prepare? How do you train? Have you got any good young players? You know, and the manager, because they're in the boot room, just opened up and give all this information to Liverpool. And they often tell stories about how they got the names of young players at other first division clubs who were up and coming so they could keep an eye on them. And they just gave away all this information. And you can imagine managers leaving the boot room kind of going, what have I just done? You know, I gave away all my club secrets, you know, training methods, eating methods, you know, how the players rested and whatever. But that's what Liverpool was all about. Get you in, give you a glass of whiskey, and then get all the information. But a lot of people blame Graham Souness for the demise of the boom. That wasn't the case. As was rightly said, the Premier League demanded that clubs had to have press facilities, and because of that, we did away with the boot room. But it's one of those magic places. You ask any of these old boys, I mean, some of the guys on the pictures are no longer with us, but the ones that still are will tell you fondly memories of sitting in the boot room till 12 o'clock at night, you know, talking rubbish, you know, having drunk a bottle of scotch each, and you know, but just, you know, chewing over what was happening. So it's one of those things that fills an awful lot in the club's history. You know, it's a great myth. There's other myths as we walk down, which I believe more in. You know, and we'll discuss them when we get there.